Good day, everyone. My name is Grace and Abigail Jummerfloor. Today, I will be discussing about the Manobo tribe in the Philippines. So, what is Manobo tribe? So, when we say Manobo, these are probably the most numerous of the ethnic groups of the Philippines in terms of the relationships and names of the various groups that belong to this family of languages. So, di Manobo ay kilala bilang Minuvu, Manuvu, or Banobo. In short, they also called as people. So, the total national population, including the subgroups under the Manobo tribe, is 749,042 in 1994. So, remember that in Manobo tribe, there are 8 subgroups under this tribe. So, these subgroups occupying the core areas from Sarangani Island into the Mindanao mainland, into the provinces of Agusan del Sur and Davao provinces. Also, the Bukidnon and the North and South Cotabato, that also these groups are occupying such a wide area of distribution that localized the groups have assumed that the character of the distinctiveness as a separate ethnic grouping such as the Bagobo or the Higanon and the Aita. So this tribe under the Manobo tribe, so they depend on the specific linguistic points of view of the membership of the dialect with the super group ship. So madaling salita, dito sa Manobo tribe, may 8 na subgroups under sa Manobo tribe. So, dito, maraming mga iba't ibang tribo under sa Manobo tribe. Di lang sa Manobo tribe, but kundi meron ding Ita, Higanon, or Higanon, and then the Bagobo. So, as you can see on the picture, these are the example of the people of the Manobo tribe. So, sa makikita nyo, karaniwang makikita nyo sa kanilang mga kasuotan is ang mga kulay na mga pula, yellow, blue, and also they use some abaca fibers sa kanilang mga kasuotan. So, where did the Manobo people came from? So, sa madaling salita, saan nga ba galing ang mga Manobo? So, the Manobo, according to L. King's 1977, the Manobo belong to the original stock of Proto-Philippine or Proto-Austronesian people who came from South China thousands of years ago. He later coined the term Manobo to designate the stock of Aboriginal and non-Negritoid people of Mindanao. So they mostly inhabit the hinterlands of Bukidnon, specifically on the boundaries of Agusan, Bukidnon, Cotabato, Davao, and Misamis Oriental. So the Manobo tribe, these people use the fabric of abaca. Okay, specifically the abaca and also the accessories to show their tradition in their tribe. So let's proceed to the history of Manobo's leaders. So remember, class, that there are 2 types of Manobo's leaders. The first one is the Tabunay leader. So the Tabunay, they rejected the Islam, or they rejected the Islamic religion and also the Islam people. So also they fled up to the Pulangi River and branches rose. So that was the history of a Tabunay leader. So the next one is the Mumalu leader. So the Mumalu, they became Nabagundanao. So these leaders are the example of a Manobo tribe. So sila yung nag-rule sa mga tao nila or sa mga kababayan nila from their different perspectives, from their different laws in their tribe. So, remember also that the Banobo come from the word the creek, was the previous name of the Manobo. So galing or ang pangalan dati ng Manobo is galing sa word na Greek na Manobo. So the first settlers of Manobo resides to the northern Mindanao. So the ancestors of the Manobo are come from or galing pa sa northern Mindanao. So that was the history of the Manobo's leaders. So okay? So the next one is the subgroups. So remember that there are 8 subgroups under the Manobo tribe. So the first one is the Cotabato Manobo. And the second one is the Agusan Manobo. And the third one is the Dibabawon Manobo. So as you can see on the picture, that was the example of the different their costumes, their traditions, and also how they wear their costumes in different activity or their special occasions in their tribes. So meron silang mga accessories sa kanilang mga kasuotan, merong makikita nyo talaga sa kanilang makasuotan, meron talagang kulay na red. Hindi talaga yan mawawala. Yellow or dilaw. Makikita nyo talaga sa kanilang mga kasuotan. So, the third subgroups is Matigsalog Manobo. The fourth one is the Sarangani Manobo. And the fifth one is the Manobo of Western Bukidnon. Diba? Base sa makikita, meron silang mga iba't ibang klase na mga kasuotan base sa kanilang mga kung saan sila galing na tribo. Pero Manobo din sila. As I said, subgroup sila under the Manobo tribe. So, ang ikapito, halimbawa ng subgroups under the Manobo is the Obo Manobo. And the last one is the Tagabawa Manobo. So as you can see talaga, meron silang iba't ibang mga kasuotan, mga tradisyon, mga beliefs on how they wear their costumes in different special occasions, 'di ba? Meron silang mga abaka or galing mga abaka fiber na sinusuot ng mga kalalakihan at mga kababaihan. Okay? So next is the culture and tradition of Manobo tribe. So the culture and tradition is that the most common lifestyle of the Manobo is that of rural agriculture. So unfortunately, their farming methods are very primitive. Like for instance, the Bukidnon grow maize and rice as their principal crops, and some of the farmers have incorporated plowing techniques while others have continued to use the slash and burn method. So ang mga Manobo is very primitive talaga sila, or very traditional sa kanilang mga tradition in a way sa kanilang kinabubuhay, like rural agriculture, such as the farming methods. Okay? Diba? Ang kanilang main or the principal crops nila is pagtatanim ng mga palay sa mga bukirin. Hindi lang sa pagtatanim, but also nag-aalaga din sila ng mga hayop. Meron ding ibang mga farmers na may iba't ibang mga techniques or may iba't ibang mga paraan sa kanilang pagtatanim na mga palay. Is that meron ding iba na nagagamit or they incorporated some plowing techniques or mga ways na mga makabubuti talaga sa kanilang mga palay nila at iba pa. Meron ding ibang mga farmers na nagagamit ng mga slash and burn method. Like for example, kanilang mga sinusunog yung mga palay na hindi na kapakinabang, hindi na na-use. Yan. Yan ang yung culture and tradition of the Manobo tribe. So the next one is the Cotabato use a farming system called kaingin. So this procedure in which fields are allowed to remain fallow for certain periods of time so that the areas of cultivation may be shifted from place to place. This is a very inefficient since many plots of lands are not being used at one of a time. So ang mga Cotabato farmers, they use the kaingin system. So the next one is the social life for the Manobo. It is patriarchal or male dominated. So the head of the family is the husband. So polygyny or having more than one wife at a time. So it is a common and it is allowed according to a man's wealth. However, among the Bukidnon, most marriages are monogamous. So the only exception is that of the powerful dados or also called as the headmen. So the tradition and the culture of the Manobo, more on male-dominated talaga sila. Mga kalalakihan yung nag-rule or marami talaga yung mga kalalakihan sa Manobo tribe. Also, the head of their family is that yung husband mismo, yung asawa na lalaki. Dito sa kanilang tradition, pwede din silang, lalo na sa mga kalalakihan, pwede silang mag-asawa ulit. Pwede silang they have more than 2 wives, 3 wives, but according to their wealth. Kung kaya nilang buhayin yung babae, pwede silang mag-asawa ulit. Yan ang halimbawa or yan yung ibig sabihin ng kanilang tradition. Kapareho lang ito sa sitwasyon ng mga Muslim, di ba? Pwede silang mag-asawa more than 3 or 4 wives, pero pwede silang mag-asawa kung kaya nila. Kung kaya nilang buhayin yung babae. So, that was the example of the tradition of the Manobo. So, meron ding parte sa mga Bukidnon, diba, lalo ng mga Manobo, na isa lang yung kanilang mga asawa. That was called as monogamous. So, isa lang ang kanilang mga asawa. But for exception lang is yung powerful datos are also called as the headmen. Okay? So, the political structures of Manobo groups are all quite similar. So, a ruler called a sultan is the head of the group. Beneath him are the royal and non-royal classes. Only those people belonging to the royal classes can aspire to the throne. Those belonging to the non-royal classes are under the power of authority of the royal classes. Each class is interdependent on others. So, the political structures of Manobo groups is quite similar or kapareho lang talaga sila. So, the head of the group is the sultan. Meron ding under him or beneath him is the royal and non-royal. So, meron silang iba't ibang mga paraan or interdependent sila sa bawat isa. So, yan yung political structure sa Manobo groups. So the political aspects of lives are often integrated with the social aspects. For instance, many social events such as weddings require political leaders whenever there is a negotiation for marriage. Both the bride and the groom must use the local datu or the headman to make all the arrangements. So there is a wide range in the population of the 8 Manobo groups. Many of the groups are struggling with the changing world. Outside pressures have affected their respective culture. So that was the culture and tradition of the Manobo tribe. What are their beliefs? So ano yung mga beliefs ng mga Manobo tribe? So the beliefs of the Manobo, specifically in their religions, is that more on or yung concept nila is unseen spirits interfering in the lives of humans. So they believe that these spirits can intrude on human activities to accomplish their desires. So these spirits are also believed to have human characteristics. So they are both good and evil in nature and can be evoked to both anger and pleasure, while the religious practices of the Manobo vary slightly. So there seems to be a always one common thread linking them together, and each culture believes in one great spirit, and this great spirit is usually the creator figure. So remember that the religious beliefs of the Manobo is more on the concept of unseen spirit, because they believe that the spirits can intrude the human characteristics in order to accomplish their desires para matapos yung kanilang mga gawain. So yan yung mga beliefs nila. So let's proceed to the facts about the Manobo. Ano yung mga katotohanan sa Manobo tribe? So, the traditional costumes, accessories of the Manobo tribe is that yung typical colors are red, black, yellow, green, blue, and white. Yan yung typical na colors yung makikita mo sa kanilang mga kasuotan. Di ba? Base sa inyong makikita kanina na halimbawa na kanilang mga kasuotan, yan yung makikita nyo na kulay. Also, the ginuwatan are inwoven or the representational designs such as the flowers. Yan yung ginatawag na ginuwatan. So, the Manobo ancestors had blankets of abaca fiber which were linatungan if this had multicolor design and bayabas if plain white. Yan yung Manobo ancestors. Diba? Yung Manobo ancestors, yan yung mga ancestors na gumagamit ng mga blankets, 'di ba? Galing sa abaca fiber. Yan yung ginagamit nila sa kanilang mga costume. With the multicolor designs or maraming mga kulay upang ito ay attract, 'di ba? More on attractable yung mga kasuotan nila. And also, the Agusanon Manobo is usually wear red with contrasting colors for the sleeves and embroidery thread. So, the Agusanon Manobo, usually nagagamit sila yung red lang mismo na kasuotan. And contrasting colors with the sleeves, yung mga gaya nito, yung hanggang dito na sa kamay, yan yung ginagamit nila lalo na yung mga kalalakihan. So, the Umayam non-Manobo wear royal blue and the Matigsalug wear navy blue with the red and white as the favorite embroidery or patchwork colors. So, these two Manobo tribe wear different colors in their different tribe. And also, the costume style varies with each tribal group. So, nagavary lang talaga yung mga costume nila sa bawat tribo nila. So, meron talagang mga meaning or mahalagang kahulugan yung mga costume. Hindi lang yung bawat nagsumot lang sila ng costume kasi baliwala lang. Pero meron talaga yung hidden meaning yung kanilang mga costume galing pa sa kanilang mga ancestors or their tradition. Kumbaga. So, the binin are also called as decorative. These patterns are geometric such as the diamonds, rectangles, squares, and triangles, horizontal lines, and zigzags. So, as you can see, diba, the decorative nila or yung mga accessories nila is that more on geometric patterns sila. Meron yung mga diamond styles, rectangles, diba, yung mga beads, diba, ginagamit nila sa kanilang mga kasuotan upang ito ay kanang yung mga attractable, diba? Yan yung ginagamit nila as a sign of their traditional costume. Okay? So the last one is the most Manobo men have two kinds of sawa or also called is the sawal. The trousers itself is one for working and the other is for festive occasion. So remember that the Manobo men have two kinds of sawal or also called the trousers, di ba, yung mga pants. Yan yung kahulugan dyan. So dito, yung isang trouser ginagamit sa work nila. Kapag meron silang trabaho, yan yung ginagamit nila. Isa naman, ginagamit nila yung trouser sa mga festive occasion nila, yung mga halagang mga occasion nila. So, yan yung kaibahan ng kanilang mga ginagamit na trousers for working and for festive occasion. Also, the chief of the Bagani had a special attire, which was predominantly red, and the red jacket and trousers were embroidered in the same colors and designs as the ordinary man's attire. So, remember that the chief of the Bagani had a special attire. So, yan yung main attraction, no? Yan yung main ginagamit ng isang Bagani, di ba? In a special occasion. Predominantly, their jacket itself, di ba? As you can see on the picture kanina, na yung kanilang mga kasuotan mo sa mga male, di ba, mga kalalakihan is more on red talaga. And also the trousers or yung pants embroidered with the different accessories, different beads na ginalagay sa kanilang mga kasuotan. So that was the traditional costumes and accessories of the Manobo tribe. So, that would be all for today, and have a great day. Thank you, everyone.